Gaunt, Charles Davis, ready for another installment of the NFL International Series. And we are underway from North London. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Right to the air goes Nix. Flushed out right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Jermaine Johnson in there to bury him for a loss of 11. So much for coming out throwing as it leads to an early second down and long. Nix from the shotgun. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line.
Brad, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here.
Here we go.
Here's Fields. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A big loss there of about 7 yards on first and goal, so now it's second down.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after it.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one where you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
They'll run with a second-round pick from April's draft. Past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. This defense for the Jets, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Denver has the first down, the play going for 15 yards.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Throwing Nix. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
nice little nifty play for him there. You know, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got a bike. Oh, he just snuck out there, and then he's got a nice first down.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Now it's Nix. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. When we talk about this Jets defense, right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so fourth from the bottom, Charles.
They're in the bottom 10 in the league. I mean, when you look at their talent, you would think that they'd be much better. Overall, I don't think there's any question you'd have to say that they've underachieved.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 31-yard line.
And that's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Nix to the air. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now third down and 6 to go.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
The kick by Lutz is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
They're able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult pull to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second and 10.
Don't jump. Ready? Jump. 331. 331. Chip clear. Go.
To throw is Fields. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Now it's Fields. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play there on the catch and run. 35 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 42-yard line.
319, gets net.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. Looking to find a lane, but he can't rein in at the line of scrimmage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The Jets at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now Fields. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Nothing after 1 on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up.
319 gets back.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Paul want to give up the middle. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Paul again. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? But if you're a pretty good running team, if so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. So on comes a field goal unit for the Jets. Here's Nick Folk. Folk's kick is good. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. At their own 24-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. 3-2, their record through the first 5 games of the year. They got the victory last week. And it's still early, just October, but what have you seen from these guys so far?
Well, what I've seen is a team that's still figuring out all their pieces because they've got some new faces from a year ago, add in some new draft picks. Sometimes it takes a month or so before you really start to gel as a team and for those players to figure out their roles. But right now, I see them starting to elevate.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Trying to run for it. Here's Harvey. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went ahead and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
On the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. To throw, here's Nix. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Short throw underneath to Hurst. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
I like how they worked the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
One, don't jump. Ready? 222, 222. Right.
Fields. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Here we go. 319,
Running left, it's Hall. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a way to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
Here we go. Good. Green.
On 3rd down, here's Hall. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
On now is Nick Folk in the field goal unit for the Jets. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Here's Nick Folk now on for the field goal. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points seeded.
Well, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
2nd and 5. They'll go play action with Nix. Got a man here, it's Bryant. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now, after the loss, they'll have to navigate a 2nd and 17. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
And that could have been and probably should have been a 3rd interception of this first half. He's going to have to figure out something, because you cannot give the ball away like he's done and have any chance to win this game.
Captain.
Back to the air with Nix. Gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. And all the way home for the Broncos score. N'Keal Harry, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And within trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together and maybe get in the field goal range. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here we go, son. Right.
Back to throw. Fields. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Oh, boy, tough conditions out there. I don't know if the defender slipped or what, but he had a man wide open, and that's a bad one to miss on. They don't come a whole lot easier than that one right there.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be a short field for the Broncos as they take over 1st and 10. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. On play action, here's Nix. Sliding out of the pocket. That's complete to Troutman right side. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. As they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And this incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover both a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field.
A 42-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that will do it for this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive, because most people would think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
2nd and 10.
Chips clear. Here we go, Scott. Is that all right?
Here's Fields. Wilson's got it on the crossing route. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
5 yards on the play. That's good for a Jets first down.
Handoff running left. Here's Hall. Still going inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets had got it back to within a score. Nick Folk for the point after. And he puts it through there within 3. It's 13 to 10.
Broncos 13, Jets
10. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Call that an 84-yard kick return. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
Lutz with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Broncos 20, Jets 10.
So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they looked up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 71 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Fields now to throw. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked up by Riley Moss. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
Over the middle, complete. That's Bryant. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. The end result, 21 yards.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll try and run it in with Burton. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Mike Burton, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Broncos 27, Jets 10. Will Lutz to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28.
Here we go. Easy. 319. Right.
Here's Hall again. Down the right sideline. Breece Hall. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Jets get a bit closer. Extra point out and good by Folk. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
27, Jets 17.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
To throw is Nix. A short throw to Ingram. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man and try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
Boy, everything clicking on this drive. He's 4 for 4 now, and that throw, maybe the best of the bunch. This offense is really humming, and they pick up another first down.
Harvey now on 1st and 10. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Again, it's Harvey. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Here's Nix. A short throw to Ingram. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Get it! 19 Charger, 19 Charger. Ready.
And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
At the 18-yard line.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Now this time he'll look to throw. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get a head of steam on, boy, then you got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Nix going to give to Harvey. A little jerk. And the Broncos are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Got to give a lot of credit to the defensive front there. They held their ground, pretty much stoned them on that play, and ended up creating a lost yardage play.
Yeah, drop them from the 1 back to the 2. Harvey. will score. Touchdown, Broncos.
Well, he's been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Alonso looked to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Don't jump. Ready? 3-19. Go.
Here's a give to Hall. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
This offense on 3rd down today, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Third and 12.
You got it. Here we go. 3-9. Let's go. Say hi.
From the gun, here's Fields. And that will be incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They snap it to Fields. That is caught. And he is going to have the Jets first down, and that was something else. A big pickup on 4th and long to give them a new set of downs.
Here we go.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard.
Out of the gun, they run it at Hall. Oh, fighting off the defender. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5. Here's Fields. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Folk connects on the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Broncos 34, Jets 24.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Breaks through the contact. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. On the ground, it's Harvey to start the drive. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And even 30 yards on a play that began back at the 30.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
What a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
At the 28-yard line.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. He stopped immediately there. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Once more with Harvey. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11.
Bombers. Captain. Chill.
Operating from the gun, here's Hicks. And this one is incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
The kick by Lutz is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. This is 1st and 10.
Here we go. We're good. 222. Right.
Throwing to start the drive. Fields. His throw incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
And he fires one incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jahdae Barron. And the Broncos are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only 1 timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. He'll fire this one deep for Eckler. Shoves him aside. And a very good return as he takes this all the way up to the 35-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Green 19, good touch. All right.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Green 19, good touch. 10. Go.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Fields. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. Able to find Lazard. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Jets 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
1 timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Here we go. Blue 58, Blue 58, right.
Fields throwing again. And he'll let this go deep for Lazard. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And while it's probably going to take a miracle at this stage, if they come down with this one in the end zone, they've still got a fighting chance. That one, however, winds up incomplete.
Here we go, son. 19 windy, here we go.
They'll give the Hall. A good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 45-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Looking to throw. Fields. And that is incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Alex Singleton. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Jamie and Sherwood there to make the stop. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time, ball caught free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Broncos, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the loss here will move them back to